If you look up how to increase your metabolism, you are going to find tons of articles talking about different supplements and pills and products like waist trainers and things, all promising you the same thing. But they are not going to give you the results that you're looking for. If you want real, sustainable, scientifically proven strategies to increase your metabolism, stay tuned. Hi everyone, Floyd Meyer here with Catalyst Impacts, and today we are going to be talking about how to increase your metabolism. Now, for those of us that are busy, those of us that are working to make our positive impact in the world, we want to be able to perform at our highest level possible. And in order to do that, we need to maintain a healthy weight. It's as simple as that. And if you want to maintain a healthy weight, you really have two options. Or if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you really have two main options. One of them is to decrease the amount of food that you're taking in. And I've talked about that in past videos using things like time-restricted eating and intermittent fasting, but today I'm going to focus on the other side, and that is increasing your metabolism. If you burn more calories, then you're going to be able to eat more, or if you eat the same amount of food, you're going to end up losing weight or maintaining that healthy weight. So let's dive into my 3 favorite strategies to actually increase your metabolism. Now, during the course of this video, I want to give an analogy that you guys can all think about. So what I'm going to describe is, think of your body as a factory, okay? So your body is a factory, and this factory makes batteries. So think of your body like that Tesla Gigafactory, that massive one that they just built that's pumping out tons and tons of batteries. So what your body does is it's generating energy, just like this factory is going to do. Okay, so step 1 to increasing your metabolism is that you're going to want to repair your body clock. So at every factory, you're going to have different shifts of workers doing different things at different times of the day. So just to make it really simple, let's imagine that there's a day shift and a night shift, okay? So the day shift is going to be responsible for building the batteries, taking those supplies, building the product, shipping it off, okay? And then at night, the night shift comes in and they clean everything up, clean up all the waste, put everything away, make sure everything is ready for the next day. Now, what would happen if the time clock that tells people when they're supposed to be at work and when they're supposed to leave, if that got all messed up? As you can imagine, things would get pretty chaotic around the factory. So you would have people that were trying to put things away the same time that people were trying to build things. And this is actually what happens inside your own body without you even realizing it. Unfortunately, because of our modern environment, our internal body clock doesn't normally work appropriately unless you're taking active measures to keep it functioning at its highest level. And I'm going to describe ways that you can do that. So there's 2 things that tell your body that it's daytime, okay? One of those is light that's coming in. So you have light coming in. That blue light specifically is going to be what tells your brain that it's daytime, and that's going to turn on your daytime genes. So you have a whole set of metabolic machinery. Think of it like that, the day shift of those workers that is supposed to be active during the day to keep us awake, keep us alert, keep us moving. And the blue light is what's going to tell your brain that it's daytime and tell your body that we need to have those genes active. So during the day, you want to get exposed to as much blue light as possible. Getting outside as much as you can, at least sitting by a window or going outside for a quick walk if you can. Things like that are going to tell your body that it's daytime and keep you from being tired during the day. Now, at the end of the day, the opposite thing is going to occur. So at the end of the day, you want to limit the amount of blue light that's coming in. So what happens is that you have a couple of different strategies that you can do. So one of them is to just go around and turn off half of the lights in your house. So this is a really quick, easy one that's going to limit the amount of blue light. So blue light comes from light bulbs, from computers, from phones. So limiting that at night as much as you can is going to help you actually turn on those genes that need to be on, which are like your night shift. So that's the night shift that's for cleaning, repairing, building things back up, okay? So that's the first thing that tells your body that it's daytime. And I'm going to put links down below. So there's some other things that you can do to block that blue light. So one of them is blue light blocking glasses. Another one is you can go and make sure you get yourself a good pair of blackout curtains. So I've lived in so many different places where I've had a street light right outside of my window, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same. So get a good pair of blackout curtains. That way your brain actually knows that it's nighttime. Other things you can do, you can download programs like F.lux, F.lux, and put that on your computer. And you can do a couple of other different strategies that I'll outline later. Now, the second thing that you want to do to get this body clock working appropriately is that you want to get your food timing correctly. So light tells your body that it's daytime, and food also tells your body that it's daytime. When your body is breaking down food that you take in, you're telling your body that it's daytime and that it should be awake and alert. So what happens is that people that eat late at night, you're telling your body that it's still daytime. And that's why people end up getting things like insomnia. And this isn't always what causes it, but a lot of times people end up having trouble sleeping because their body still thinks that it's daytime. So if you're still eating and looking at your phone, your body has no way of actually knowing that it's nighttime. And so your internal body clock gets thrown off. So what you want to do is just use things like time restricted eating, where you're just limiting your eating window to a period of less than 12 hours. So if you wake up at 8 a.m., you stop eating at 8 p.m. And that's going to give your body enough time and get those signals that it needs to tell your brain and then tell your body that it's actually nighttime. And then at the opposite, during the day, you want to actually be eating and telling your body that it is daytime. So that's step one. You want to get your shifts right. You want to make sure that that day shift and that night shift, that they actually know when to show up for work, when they should actually be in overdrive, and when they need to go to sleep. Now, step two to boost your metabolism is to increase your output. Now, by far my favorite way to do this is with high intensity interval training. And this is also called HIIT training. And I've made a couple of videos about this in the past. You can definitely go back and look at those, but just a quick overview. HIIT training is extremely efficient. It's a fast strategy. It works for tons of different people. You can get a super strong stimulus that's going to tell your body that, hey, we need to kick it up into overdrive. We need to be ready for this type of a stimulus in the future. So it's going to tell your body we need to build more muscle, burn some energy so that we're ready for this in the future. And you can think about this in the factory when we're talking about that. Think of it like someone just ordered a huge shipment of batteries. And so what's going to happen is this factory is going to kick into overdrive. Everyone's going to start working. You're going to start burning. You're going to start using those supplies that have been laying around the factory. You're going to use all of that stuff, use all of that fuel that's been laying around to finish the shipment. And this is what HIIT training can do for you. It can be like a huge order. So your body has to deliver. It has to build all of this energy. Burn the fat that's in your body. Burn the food that you just ate. Use that for energy and get the whole system. What you're doing is you're fluxing the system, and it's going through your mitochondria, and it's a lot more complicated than I'm going to go into today, but it does a lot of really good things for you. Getting that energy flow to go through the system, taking the supplies, taking the energy that you guys eat, turning it into energy, and then burning that energy off. That is it's such a needed thing, and people just don't end up doing that. Like, if you just walk, which is great, it's better to walk than to not do anything at all, but if you're not really getting that strong stimulus, you're not telling your body that it needs to be ready for this stuff, and you're not pulling enough energy through the system to really buffer all of the things that happen. We need to be able to eat food. Like, we're all going to want to go out occasionally, and if you don't want to just gain weight year after year, then you're going to need to be putting a stimulus on your body that's going to tell it, hey, we need to be ready for this, we need to do this, we need to burn some energy. So, one, you got your body shifts right. You've started to use HIIT workouts, so now you're pulling some energy through. You got all of the right team players. They're all there at the right times. You're pulling some energy through, so this is awesome. Now you're really boosting your metabolism. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have all of the right parts. So in the factory, you have all of these different machines, and these machines have very specific parts that need to be there in order for that machine to work correctly. And the same thing goes for your metabolic machinery. So you have these little enzymes have things that are called cofactors. And these enzymes, they need to be in a very, very specific shape in order for them to work properly. That's how these enzymes work. It's based off of their shape. And you need things called cofactors, which help those enzymes keep their shape. And if they don't have those cofactors, then they don't work. And these cofactors are things like micronutrients. So they're magnesium and iron and things like vitamin C, CoQ10. All of these things are coenzymes or cofactors that are going to bind with these enzymes and they're going to make them work properly. So if you don't have enough magnesium, for instance, floating around your bloodstream, you haven't eaten enough leafy green vegetables, you don't have enough magnesium, then your enzymes are not going to be able to work properly. They're not going to be in the right shape. They're going to be defective. And what happens is you're going to build up a lot of waste. You're not going to be able to pull that energy through, even if you're doing things like HIIT workouts. You're not going to be able to pull that energy through effectively and be able to utilize the food that you're taking in. So in order to get the right parts, you want to increase your micronutrient levels, and to do that, you want to eat more vegetables. And there's a reason why everyone says that you need to be eating more vegetables, and this is one of the main reasons why, is because these vegetables have these micronutrients in there, and that's going to help your body perform at a high level. Now, if you don't eat any vegetables, or if you're only eating, 1 to 2 servings a day, it's really recommended that you be eating 5+ servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and really mostly vegetables, less fruit, because the fruit does have some of these enzymes in there or some of these cofactors, but not as many as vegetables will. So one trick that you can do is to get a really good greens powder. You're not going to get the fiber that you would get with the vegetables, but you are going to get the micronutrients. You're going to make sure that your body has enough of those parts so that it can work at a high level. So now we have a highly functioning factory. We're going to be producing energy. We have the right shifts at the right times. Our body knows when it's daytime and when it's nighttime, because you make sure to get enough blue light during the day, limit your blue light at night, and you're eating food during the day and you're not eating at night. So now your body clock is working properly. And you started doing HIIT workouts, so you're pulling energy through the system, you're burning energy off, and that's going to increase your metabolism over time. You're going to build muscle. Muscle is going to burn more calories. So even if you kept how much food you're eating the same, if you have more muscle, you're going to lose weight because that muscle is going to burn more of that energy. So that's something that obviously we all want. And you make sure that you have all of the right parts. So you're eating plenty of vegetables, or you're at least getting a greens powder if you're not going to be eating the vegetables, but you're making sure that your body has those micronutrients so that it can function at a high level. And if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, please just leave it in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to go over everything. So again, this is Floyd Meyer with Catalyst Impacts, signing off.